looking I bought more books. Why don't all my videos start with me singing?
Hey everyone, it's Haley, and currently I am reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I'm almost done it, so I'll probably be reading something different tomorrow, but yeah. So I know that was a kind of different intro. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do an intro like that, but I thought since this is a channel about reading, it would make sense to kind of let you guys know what I'm reading when I currently film the video, if that makes any sense. So I think I'm going to start doing that for like, when I do my intro, I'll tell you guys what I'm reading. I don't know. If it's annoying, let me know. I just thought it kind of seemed like a cool idea, because if you don't follow me on Goodreads, either because you don't want to, which is fine, or you don't have a Goodreads, then you can kind of keep up with what I'm reading. So yeah, let me know if you like that idea. I don't know. I thought it was kind of a good idea. But anyways, so today I am filming my July book haul, and it is July 23rd, and I still have 2 books that are coming in, so I may just do a quick clip when they come in or whatever. I'm not really sure yet, but I didn't want to wait for them because they're coming from Book Depository, which it takes a little bit just since it's the UK. It's not that their shipping is slow, it's just because it's like so far from Canada that it takes a little bit. So yeah, if they come in before the end of July, I might just add a clip, or I'll just haul them in my August book haul. I don't know. Yeah, I thought I bought a lot of books this month, but compared to like my other ones, it's not that bad. I think it's because I bought 2 really big box sets, which I will just start with those. So I filmed last month's book haul pretty early. I think I did it on like the 20th, because I was like, oh, I'm for sure not going to buy any more books. I did. So like the day after that video, I went to Walmart and I bought the Percy Jackson and the Olympians box set, the one Disney Hyperion one that makes the New York skyline. And I bought this because I wanted to read the series, and this was like on sale. I think I paid like $20 for it, and the books, like, it's so cool. So yeah, it was a really great deal, so I decided I would pick it up, and I have read the first 2. I read the first one last month, so if you want to know how I liked it, I did. But if you want to know more about that, you can go to my June wrap-up. And I read Sea of Monsters for the Booktubeathon, so I talked about that in my Booktubeathon wrap-up. But yeah, I got this from Walmart for cheap, so. These have awesome covers too. So you have The Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and finally, The Last Olympian. So yeah, this is what the covers make when you put them all together. They make a picture like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, now I can read all of them, and I'm super excited. The next box set that I got was kind of a gift to myself. It's something that I've been meaning to buy for a really long time, and then I was in the States and I was at Target and I saw it for pretty cheap, so I bought it, and that is the Harry Potter beautiful limited edition box set. I got this for $70 at Target, and I had been meaning to read the series because I haven't yet. I've only read the first 3, and that was when I was like 8. So I'm planning on reading it. I read the first one for Booktubeathon, so I talked about it in my Booktubeathon wrap-up, and I am planning on reading the second one. Hopefully I have time this month. I've been kind of slow on reading this month. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so first we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Next we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Then Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is where they start getting giant. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And finally, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So yeah, I debated for a really long time what versions of these books I was going to get, whether I was going to get the original American versions or the Canadian versions, but I decided I was going to get this one because not only does it make a beautiful picture of Hogwarts and come in an awesome box, but I love the covers for these. These are definitely by far my favorite Harry Potter covers. Okay, then next I'll just show you this one because I'm lending it out to a friend, so I only have the dust jacket. But I got We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This was on Chapters for 50% off because it was one of the top 50 books. So I decided I'd pick it up even though I had already read it on ebook. But I loved it so much that I just had to get a hard copy. I read this book in June. I read it in June, so I think I talked about it in my June wrap up if I'm not mistaken, so you can check that out to hear more of my thoughts. It's a really awesome book, and I definitely recommend you just read it. Like, don't find anything out about it. I know you probably heard that, but just read it. Next, I picked up Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I got the paperback version because I'm not too fond of the hardback cover, so I don't know if I'll get all of them in paperback or just have this one in paperback. I haven't really decided yet. The spines match up for them, so I think it would be fine if I got just this one in paperback. I don't know. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this book. I tried not to read books that I buy, like if I buy a book in July, I try not to read that book in the same month because then I find my haul and my wrap-up end up being the exact same thing. So I haven't read this yet, even though I really want to. I'm hoping maybe next month I'll be able to read it. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I'm definitely very excited. All I really know about it is it's about like kind of an assassin and that it's like a fantasy. That's really all I know. Next, I picked up Mouse Volume 1 and 2. I got these actually from my sister. She had read them for one of her classes in university, and I have already read them. I read them a couple of years ago, and I really love them. They're graphic novels, which take place during World War II, where the Germans are mice and... No, that was completely wrong. The Nazis... Sorry, the Nazis are cats and the Jews are mice. So I just was so intrigued by that concept. So I read them a couple of years ago and I loved them. So I wanted my own copies just because I think it's really, really cool. I've heard kind of mixed things about them, but I really liked them. These are the first graphic novels I actually read, so maybe that has something to do with why I liked them so much. I don't know. But I did really enjoy them, and I especially enjoy World War II history, so I think that has something to do with it too. But I would recommend them. I think they're awesome. If you like history and graphic novels, it's like the perfect combination of the two. Next, I had pre-ordered this, and that is 4 by Veronica Roth. This one I did have to read this month. I couldn't stop myself from reading it. Yeah, this came out on the 8th or something. I think it was the 8th. I want to say the 8th. And it came in the mail that day, so of course I picked it up that day, and this for some reason took me 2 days to read. But yeah, I did really love it. It was so interesting to see 4's perspective. I'll go kind of more into depth in my wrap-up for the month, but it's just a short book, and it has 4 short stories about like 4 like before Triss and everything, and then there's one with Triss in it. I think it's just the one. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this if you love the Divergent series, even if you didn't like Allegiant. Next, I picked up a few books from the Book Depository for the 100 book discount for Booktubeathon. So first, I picked up Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire-Sanez. I don't think I pronounced that right, but sorry. This book, I think the 2 people are gay, and they're kind of, both of them are kind of like, troubled kids, I want to say. I'm probably completely wrong, but I think they both kind of like help each other out and they fall in love and stuff. That's just kind of what I'm guessing from what I've heard. I've just heard it's a really awesome book, so I'm really excited to read it. I'm trying to get into more contemporary because I don't really read that much contemporary, so I hope this is as good as I've heard everyone say it is. Next, I got Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, and I also got Lola and the Boy Next Door, but that has not come in yet. That's in the order that I'm waiting for. Actually, I thought it was kind of funny. In the same order, I bought Lola and the Boy Next Door and My Life Next Door, and those are the only two books I got. I don't know why they're all about next door, but anyways, yeah, I bought Anna and the French Kiss. I have heard nothing but great things about this book. I had to get it with this cover because the other one is way too cheesy for my liking. I really like this one, but I don't like the other one at all. So this book is probably the one I've had the hardest time waiting to read, but I am gonna wait. Yeah, Ariel Bissett raves about this book, and I've heard it's just such an awesome, like, cutesy romance, so I am really excited to read this. Next, I got Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. I've only read one other Morgan Matson book. I don't know if she has any others other than these two, but I read Since You've Been Gone, and I read that, that one came out, like, recently, and I read it, like, when I first started watching booktube videos and, like, making videos, but I've heard a lot of people really love this book. Since You've Been Gone and this book, they kind of have, like, quirky things in the book, like, not just writing, but, like, see, there's, like, playlists in it, and Since You've Been Gone had playlists too, but I've heard that this is a really good book, a perfect summer read, so I think if I go on a road trip before summer is over, I might read this one, because it's about a road trip and romance and all of that, so I think the copy actually came a little bit damaged, but I'm not that worried about it. It probably just happened in, like, the process of shipping it. But anyways, I have never read Neil Gaiman, and I've heard amazing things about him, so I'm really excited to read one of his books, and this one was the one that intrigued me the most. The Ocean at the End of the Lane also intrigued me. Like, there are a few other ones that intrigued me, but this one really kind of stood out to me. It has drawings in it. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. And I think if I like this one, I'll probably go and pick up some other Neil Gaiman books and see if I like them too. So this book, all I know about it is that the main character, he was raised in a graveyard by ghosts, which sounds just so awesome, so I can't wait to dive into this. And then finally, from Book Depository, I got The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I've heard awesome things about this book. It's a dystopian, I want to say, and it really intrigued me, the synopsis. So, the first wave took out 500,000 people. The second wave put that number to shame. The third wave lasted a little longer, 12 weeks, 4 billion dead. In the fourth wave, you can't trust that people are still people. In the fifth wave, no one knows, but it's coming. That sounds so creepy. Like, I can't wait for this. That just sounds awesome, and I've heard such good things about this book, so I just can't wait to dive into it. Okay, we're down to the bottom of the pile. So next I got Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. This book I've heard is like a mix of Eleanor and Park and The Fault in Our Stars, so that sounds awesome to me. So I was going to read this for Booktubeathon, but then I decided I would save it for a little bit later, so then I don't have to like rush through it. But it seems really cool. So it sounds like just kind of your typical contemporary romance, but kind of, if it's anything like Eleanor and Park and The Fault in Our Stars, it definitely has some sarcasm and quirkiness in there. So I'm really excited to see if this book kind of lives up to that description of being like Eleanor and Park and The Fault in Our Stars. Next, my sister gave me a copy of Night by Elie Wiesel. I read this book in grade 10 for school, and this book is one of those books that just kind of sticks with you forever. It's Elie Wiesel is telling his own story about him surviving Auschwitz. So it takes place in World War II. Elie Wiesel is Jewish and he's captured by Nazis, and then he tells about his experiences in Auschwitz, which it's just chilling. It's a great book, and it is like a really intense read, so, because like it's a true story, so I wouldn't read it unless you're like ready for that. But yeah, it's a really fascinating story. Next, also from my sister, I got Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. My sister read this book and she didn't really like it, but I've heard a lot of people like it, so I'm hoping I will be on the side of the people who like it. I'm trying not to, because usually when someone tells me they don't like a book, I think, like, I point out all the flaws in it, and it makes me not like it, but I'm hoping it won't be that way with this book. Next, I got Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blankman, and this is another book that has been really hard for me to wait to read. I remember hearing about the concept for this book, and I loved it. Like I said, I love World War II history and everything, and like historical fiction about it. I'm also a really big fan of. Gretchen Mueller is her name, and she is Hitler's niece, and she falls in love with a Jewish reporter. So it kind of goes from there, and that just hooked me in. Like, just that she's Hitler's niece and then she falls in love with a Jewish reporter, even just Hitler's niece, that just captures me right there. So I'm hoping this lives up to my expectations, because I will be very disappointed if it doesn't. I also kind of splurged on this book because it was $16, and normally when I order hardbacks online, they're only like $14, $15, so I kind of splurged on it, but I really wanted to read it, so I really hope that it's as good as I think it will be. And the last book is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. I actually got this one at the end of June as well. I haven't read it yet. Please don't spoil me. I still haven't read City of Fallen Angels or City of Lost Souls. I'm working on rereading City of Glass right now, and then I'm gonna read these. I find that these books take me a really long time to read for some reason, which I have a hard time with books that take me a while to read, because I'm like, oh, I could be reading something else and getting that off of my TBR pile, and it'd be so much quicker, but it's whatever. I will read it eventually. I'm just kind of working my way there. So that is all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!